Hello financial investors and welcome to the channel. My name is Brent and in today's video we are going to be doing our first stock market recap of 2021 covering the 4th to the 8th of January 2021. So in today's video we're going to go ahead and cover the last week of 2020 and then we're going to go ahead and cover the four main indexes, taking a look at the entire S&P 500 performance for this past week. Take a look at oil, dollar, silver, gold, the bonds, the bond 10-year yield, and mortgage rate. So I like to do these recaps on a week-by-week basis to kind of keep track of what is going on out there on the market and also in the economy and in the world overall and how it affects the market. So with that said, if you are brand new to my channel, have not yet subscribed, go down below, hit the red button to subscribe, make it gray, hit the bell to be notified every time we release a brand new video, and of course give this video a thumbs up, make it blue, and let's go ahead and get into the video. Now this past week, let me go ahead and zoom in just a bit here, makes it really easy for all of you guys. Now on the final week of 2020, we had the stim checks go out, then we had the S&P 500 put on 1.43%, the Dow Jones 1.35%, the Nasdaq 0.65%, and the Russell 2000 had pulled back by 1.45%. So three main indexes were positive and Russell was negative. Then we had silver up 2.55%, gold up 1.13%, bonds were up 0.18%. So across the board, materials and stocks were all pretty positive, and we had the 10-year bond rate move from 0.93 to 0.92, so had gone down by one tick, and then mortgage rates remained flat at 2.95% for the average mortgage rate being loaned out at the moment. So where are we at for this week? Now I thought this was an exciting week because on Monday, what happened on Monday? I saw article after article after article where it was the biggest loss of the year already. And you know what? I thought that was funny because on the 4th of January, it was the first day of trading for 2021. So it was the worst day of trading in the year. So I thought that was like a funny headline that was being used. But on Monday, S&P 500 had lost by 1.48%. And I saw a lot of investors sell out of their stocks at this point. I saw a number of investors across, I believe even YouTube and on Facebook, talking about how they were selling out of the market because the market was at an all-time high. It was way too valuated. So a lot of investors throughout the week were selling out of their positions. And what happened for the remainder of this week? Tuesday up 0.71, Wednesday 0.57, Thursday up 1.48, and Friday another 0.55%, putting us not in the negative but positive by 1.83%. So massive upswing already here, kicking off the year in 2021. Dow Jones basically the same thing here. Monday down 1.25, green, up 1.61% there on the first week of 2021. Nasdaq was kind of interesting. I don't know if this had a play with the tech stocks and banning President Trump's account or what had happened this past week with the thing that happened at Capitol Hills. I'm not sure what will get me delisted or demonetized, so I'm not going to mention anything outside of the norms, but there's been a lot of stuff going on as suspensions and things throughout the United States, unrest. So we have a few more weeks until President-elect Biden moves into office. So yeah, I think these next few weeks will be potentially a little rocky up until then, but it's shown itself to be pretty positive right now. So not a lot of what is going on in the world or here within the United States has looked like it has affected the market overall. And on here, either way, with two negative days in this week, we still had the Nasdaq put on a 2.45% gain there. So on Thursday, it moved up a whopping 2.56% there. So you could toss out Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and essentially everything was popped up there on Thursday, and the rest of the week just kind of flattened itself out. So Nasdaq is pulling ahead once again. Now, This one here, Russell 2000, I think with the amount of vaccines that are currently getting pushed out and are getting ruled out, this has had a big factor on the small mid-cap businesses. And we can see here with the Russell 2000 that this is up 5.91% year to date, or just this past week, which is year to date. So that's a pretty big move there for the Russell 2000. Probably one of the biggest ones that I've seen in a single week when it's already trading at close to all-time highs. You know what? It's 9 and 14. It's 23 points away from being at an all-time high. So it is not too far off. And that was a big swing to the upside this past week. Now let's take a look at the 1 week performance here for the S&P 500. What I like to do here is finviz.com, take a look at the entire market. And as we had noticed, the S&P, Dow Jones, and the NASDAQ were positive, all positive across the board, right? Well, if you take a look for this week, look at the FANG stocks. Right off the bat, we have Facebook down 2.05. Microsoft down 1.26, Apple down 0.48, Amazon down 2.28, Disney, Netflix, Comcast, Charter, what's that sliver right there? Twitter, looks like potentially, I think that's Twitter. It kind of goes off my screen there. So a lot of the big techie stocks, along with Visa and MasterCard, they were negative by anywhere from 1 to Netflix there, almost 6% there with Netflix. So a lot of negativity within the FANG stocks. But look at the rest of the market really helping push the market higher. We have healthcare, we have Amgen, we have United Healthcare Groups, we have railroad companies. Check out that railroad. So if you're looking at industrials and potentially undervalued companies, maybe check out a few railroad companies because in 2020 they were beat up, but this could be some of them mixed into that Russell 2000 that popped up this past week and could potentially continue going forward in 2021. Basic materials, very positive there. ALB up 24.8%. Both of the oil companies, Exxon and Chevron, up 8 to a little over 10% there. All those oil and gas companies. Now we have banks over here, banks across the board, JP Morgan. Man, that is some massive upside there. All of the financials up from 6 to nearly 10% there with Wells Fargo. So those are some huge swings outside of the big bank stocks. So there could be some really good positions out there to check out and investigate, see what is potentially a buy at this time. A lot of these other companies could be potentially beat up, especially banks. Banks haven't popped up all the way back to where they were at trading prior to 2020. So that could be an interesting area to check out, along with railroads, some basic materials, some oil and gas companies, potentially some healthcare areas, some healthcare plans. So, let me know down in the comment section below, are there any specific sectors that you're interested here in 2021 in buying? And let me know why. Oil up 7.82% this past week. So we already saw Chevron and all those oil companies along with Exxon all pretty positive this past week. So, right along the line, we have USO, United States Oil Fund, positive nearly 8% there on the week. The dollar moving higher this past week. I know last week it had one of the lows for, I think, 2019-2020. It was at 89.69. Looks like it popped up just a little bit this past week from 89.69 to now 90.07. We had silver and gold being negative, so dollar moves a little bit higher. Kind of interesting to see both silver and gold go down, but here we have silver dropping 6.57% there on Friday, putting it down for the week by 3.95%. So Monday, the stock market was down pretty hard, but materials were pretty positive on Monday and Tuesday, but it lost its steam, and on Friday came crashing down, along with gold here. Gold hit pretty hard there on Friday as well, down 3.38%. I'm not sure what caused these levels on Friday. You can see some really high volume here. The meter here is kind of showing the volume, and then it just spiked really heavy here. You can see the high volume right in this range, and the market just sells off, stays pretty timid through this period right here, and then you see the high volume once again sell off, market goes down. This last bar right here looks like maybe potentially buying in at this point, which caused it to maybe go higher from there. Now bond market is down by 1.06%, and the 10-year rate, check that out. Remember last week we were at the 10-year rate was at 0.92%. Now we have the 10-year rate at 1.10%. So that is a huge upswing. That's 18 points in a single week. So that's a huge move there for the treasury yields. And that could, maybe that's what affected materials there. Now we also have, this is showing that it fell by 1 basis point to 2.95, but last week it was already 2.95, and the prior week it was 2.95. So this is showing that it's down 1 basis points when it's kind of incorrect. It's really flat on the past week. So that is the news here. I'm not sure what else to kind of share with you guys. I didn't post a whole lot this past week over on Facebook. Kind of checking out Ally. I was kind of seeing what their current rate is. So Ally is given a 0.5% annual percent yield on your money that you currently have invested at them. Another company that I usually check out is CIT Banking. So let's check out them real quick, and let's check out Marcus as well. So I always check out Marcus and CIT. Let's go ahead and bring CIT over here. Let's go ahead and go personal, and we should take a look at the money market. Let's see here, banking, money market account. Let's take a look at their rate. It is 0.5. So we have Ally at 0.5, CIT Bank at 0.5, and we have Marcus at 0.5. So I don't know if it'll go lower from this point. With the 10-year yield moving higher, potentially in the future, if it can stabilize and continue moving higher, we may see online savings accounts move higher as well. So regardless of who you're planning on using, I like to use Ally at the moment. I've been using Ally and CIT Bank. Ally, you can set up a number of accounts within there, give them names, have a savings for your business and etc. Kind of separated. So if you have a online media business, you can have one account specifically for your online business savings. If you run a real estate business, you can have another account specifically for your properties. You can have each one individually into their own account. So when rent comes in, you put it into that account, expenses go out of that account for that property, and then you can have personal budgets set up within Ally. So I thought that was really interesting. I don't know if I have any links down in the description below for Ally, but I do have links down below for CIT Bank. But as a preference, even though I do have CIT links down below, I do prefer Ally at the moment over CIT, just because of the way that you can create and set up accounts there. And I didn't post anything else this past week. It was a pretty crazy news week with what took place at the Capitol Hill and what took place afterwards, the aftermath of everything that took place. So I know a lot is still going on out there, and I think these next few weeks will be kind of pretty excited to kind of see how this kind of plays out. So that is going to be it for today's video. Let me know down in the comment section below, how was your past week? How was your first week in 2021 as far as the stock market goes? And let me know if you bought anything. I did not buy any stocks this past week. I just held, and I'm going to be making a video here on Monday, or probably Monday, going over how to set up your 2021 auto investment on M1 Finance, and how to begin investing in your Roth IRA or some other accounts as well. So that is going to be it for today's video. Let me know down in the comment section below if you have any other comments or questions, suggestions. And of course, if you are brand new to my channel, have not yet subscribed, go down below, hit the red button to subscribe, make it gray, hit the bell to be notified every time we release a brand new video, and of course give this video a thumbs up, make it blue, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.